Somewhere right now, you're a row in a database you've never seen. Your bank has one, your telco, your gym, a mortgage broker you talked to once in 2019. I build those databases. I'm building one right now. So let me show you what's actually in your row and what never will be. So the build, a client platform for a mortgage broker in the US. Real people, the biggest purchase of their lives. I'm the person deciding what her system remembers about them, which means this week my job is deciding what a human being gets to be. Before a system can help you, it has to flatten you. When you become a customer, you become a schema. Name, number, loan amount, date. About 12 fields, give or take. Everything a system will ever do for you is dependent on what survived that flattening. And there's a name for this. A philosopher named James Scott spent his career defining this. He called it legibility. Every system that manages people at scale first has to make them readable. And here's his warning and the line I kept in the back of my mind this week. A system can only care about what it can see. Choosing the fields isn't a technical decision, it's ethics. For example, you leave out preferred contact time and the system is incapable of courtesy forever. So lesson 1, schema design is ethics. A system can only care about what you gave it a field for. Act 2 is where the row starts lying. Here's what I learned stress testing this thing. We filled the system with generated people. You can't build a software built for people with an empty database, of course. And I don't go near her real one. That's not what I want to do. First batch, too perfect. Everything came back flawless. Every phone number was valid. The system passed every test, but it proved nothing. But real people aren't legible. Real people ghost. Files have holes. Someone's address is moving location next month or some type of variable. So I made fake people messy on purpose because that's what you're going to be seeing. And the system finally started failing, which means we can finally start learning. The stress test is working. And every real system quietly admits all of this with one field. The notes field, that is. The unstructured box where the actual human gets written down. Nervous about rates. Call after 5 o'clock. Kid starts school. They have to pick up their kid from school at a certain time. The row is for the system and the notes is for the truth. Lesson 2, test with ugly data and respect the notes field. The truth about people never fits the schema. So act 3 is the uncomfortable one. Every row has a keeper. So who is holding yours? Strangers. You've never met the people who guard your rows. You're trusting the builder, someone like me, to have set it up correctly. So let me show you what right looks like, in my opinion, because I had to make this exact choice. In this build, her client data lives in her cloud. She connects it herself, one link on her side of the world whenever she chooses. I never hold the credentials. I couldn't even peek if I wanted to. It would have been easier to ask for access, but when we're working with very sensitive data, some things you don't want to see and legally cannot. Lesson 3, the right builder makes themselves unable to peek. Design it so the owner keeps the keys. You can't opt out of being a row now. That is just the world we live in. But building these for somebody else, the one thing I keep going back to isn't the data. It's that every system that's ever been built to hold a person has an overflow field, somewhere to put the parts that don't fit, the notes field.